Hey y'all, hey. This is going to be the first episode of From Debt to Destiny podcast. Welcome. The mindset reset that changes my life. Hey, beautiful people, welcome to the very first episode of From Debt to Destiny podcast. I'm your host, Tisha. And first of all, thank you for being here. This podcast was created for women who are rebuilding, the woman who is healing, the woman who is carrying pressure silently, the women who are trying to figure out life while still showing up every single day. And honestly, I created this podcast because I know what it is spiritually and financially, all at the same time. There was a season in my life where I felt overwhelmed, trying to work, trying to pay bills, trying to stay strong, and trying to help everybody else, trying to smile through pressure. If I'm being honest, there were moments I felt exhausted mentally, not lazy, not ungrateful, just tired. Tired of pressure, tired of carrying everything, tired of feeling like survival mode became normal. And I think a lot of women understand that feeling. Some women are smiling on the outside while silently carrying stress, debt, disappointment, fear, anxiety, pressure, and emotionally exhaustion. And eventually, I realized something. You can't truly rebuild your life if your mindset stays stuck in survival mode. That was the beginning of my reset. Not perfection, not overnight success, not magically becoming rich, but slowly changing the way I thought about myself, my future, my peace, and my life. I started realizing healing matters too, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. I started learning that peace is valuable, reset is valuable, discipline is valuable, protecting your energy is valuable. And honestly, I had to stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I got some little notes here that I'm going from. But yeah, um, I wrote this Debt from Destiny book, and From Debt to Destiny is about going and resetting, starting over, uh, starting your life over, um, and just trying things back over from the beginning and just trying to figure out what you want to do, rebuilding your life piece by piece, and putting yourself first, and not just sitting around waiting for, I'm saying, everything to go bad. Like debt sometimes make you feel like, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that differently, I got to figure this out, I got to get this figured out. But slowly I had to change the way I did things in my life. And what we did was, for instance, our rent or our mortgage had went up to $2,000. When the mortgage hit $2,000, or not the mortgage, the rent. We were renting a place, and they had went up to $2,000, and that was my breaking point. I immediately told my husband it's time to pack everything up. So we packed everything up and we put it in storage, and we ended up moving back home with family members. And we still had our work in Charlotte. His work was in Charlotte, and my work was in Wadesboro. So um, we ended up having weekends off. Luckily, that it was my weekend off and his weekend off. Um, we would get a hotel. And some weekends we would stay with our aunt. And as we stayed with them, we just transformed everything. We ended up saving up enough money to get a down payment for a home. And we had got 3 approvals, in which we were happy about. The first approval, it was me by myself because I had went through another company, but The only problem with that was I had a business, and because I had my business, it was fresh, and they wanted to do business credit, and I didn't have enough years in to handle that. So the second place we went and we tried to get approved together, and we got approved for it, but the house wasn't up to par, or that my husband didn't like the house. So the third house, it wasn't all the way up, but we knew we was gonna get approved. And long story short, we ended up getting approved, and everything was tough. It was tough. Like for I know for at least a couple of months, we couldn't buy anything, we couldn't go nowhere, we couldn't do things. We always had to consult with the house lender before we did anything. It was a tight and tough process, but it was worth everything we had to go through. Because in the end, now we're living in a house, and the house is beautiful. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, and it's priced for at least over 300,000. And we got free Wi-Fi, and I'm not gonna really say free Wi-Fi because I'm gonna say nothing is really free. But it was amazing how the process worked out. But long story short, we had to end up saving money, and we ended up paying off all our outside bills. We got everything paid for, and upon us getting everything paid for, we were able, our credit score was high enough because I ended up getting approved. We got approved for the house, and then I ended up jumping in and get me a brand new car, which that wasn't in the plan, but God had other plans, but it worked out. Um, but yeah, when I say mindset, you really have to go through life, and you have to change your mindset. You have to change how you do things. You have to go back, and really I started paying our small debts off first. As we paid the small debts off, we got them out the way, and then when it was time to start paying the big debt, it was just one big debt, and we got it all paid for. Got everything paid for. Got our credit score up high. Everything was amazing. So it worked out perfectly on our side and everything. But like I said, it all took a mindset shift. So you gotta change your mindset in order to honestly build and grow. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But yeah, I just came on here to tell you how things went during our process. To talk about the book. The book is amazing. It's my baby. It's from God. Every word is strategically from God. It's built off of faith. It's built off of love. It lets people know how God's support is amazing when you're in debt. We always want to do it our way, and our way is always going to pay somebody. You don't have to always pay somebody to do something that you can do. I also went in while we were going through the process, and I had a few things on my credit, and what I was doing was I went in, and I found out on some of the credit report that the name was wrong. The name change was at least 20 or 30 points when I got that situated. So it's just going in, working out, taking it one day at a time, and working on one report at a time, figuring out there's always small errors on your credit report. It's always things that you can change, things that you can call them and they can remove, and they can do better, that they can go in and you can report things. And now I'm back up in the credit process again, but this time I'm working and I'm trying to rebuild. And when I say rebuild, is I'm going through everything strategically, detailed. So I'm hoping by the time I get done with all of this, I'll be able to get really deep into this. I do have a client. She called me a few weeks ago, and she's over 70, and she was having problems, and she was like, look, I'm in deep debt, and I need to know what I can do, or is there anything I can do? And I immediately jumped in with both feet. And found out about Dear John letters, and I ended up letting her know about the Dear John letters. And we found out that she was on fixed income. Not only was she on fixed income, she was on disability, and they really wasn't supposed to be giving her the cards anyway. But by the grace of God, um, she got the letters in to some of the people, and some of the credit was written off immediately. I don't know if everything was erased or stopped, but I'm pretty sure some people are still going to call her. But it was the jump in right then and there to realize that we have the power to work on our own difficulties. We have the power to work things out on our own. We just have to get in tune with the right people, and we have to start doing this thing piece by piece, and not just thinking that everything is, we can't clear up debt over the night. That's not going to happen. But you can clear your life up. You can reset. And when I say reset, it's a mindset shift. Just like I can sit here and give you a million get rich quick schemes and tell you, oh, go pay that person $1 million. I'm never going to say don't pay somebody to do your credit. To each his own. If that's what you feel like you should do that. But if you have the power and you have the time, the best thing that I would do in a financial situation is I would learn how to repair my own credit. I would work it out piece by piece. I would do the best I can, and definitely don't run and hide from creditors. You don't have to hide from creditors. Mistakes happen. We get caught up in life. Life happens to people. It's nothing where you're just perfect. And I hear people saying, "Oh, I got this 800 credit score." Yeah, it took you some time. I'm not saying that you can't get an 800 credit score, but it was a process. It's not going to just happen overnight. You have to be willing to put in the work. Take your time with everything and have faith. And then you got to transform slowly but surely and know that all things is possible through God that strengthens you. But yeah, I just wanted to come on. I This is the first time I've been able to be on this podcast live, and I'm glad that I could be on here and be live and shed some light on some things and just encourage and empower and tell people that, you know what I'm saying, I'm working for people. I'm trying to help our people. I'm trying to help people in general so you can next level. Um don't just sit back and let that keep you feeling like you can't advance, because you can advance. And like I said, I'm never going to brag. I don't brag about the things that God do for me. I am financially free. I am blessed. I am also living partially my dream. It was always my dream to have a nice beautiful home, and I keep it spotless. And then we have a large backyard, and it was just a blessing. It's a blessing from God. So and then I never thought I would see the day where I'd be writing a book to help women. Um, it's also for men too, but this is for women that's trying to get back and pull themselves and revive, who needs to get back in the game emotionally, to get back up here and hit it hard and just see what you can do for yourself. Don't never lay down on yourself and say, "Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm not going to make it through this." You are going to make it through this. With God, all things are possible. He has the power to give wealth. He is the source and the strength of our lives. We don't have to want, beg for nothing. We don't have to sit back and be in a tizzy about anything. If you want wealth, wealth is out here for you. But I'm going to do a lot of things, and I'm trying to transform, because there's things that I've been wanting to do as a human being. And you have to want that too for yourself. And in order to want that for yourself, you got to have a mindset shift. So I just came on here just to touch bases tonight, and just let you know that Debt from Destiny, From Debt to Destiny is my baby. It's an amazing book. It's powerful. I am going to be getting hardback copies. They are coming soon. There is a workbook. It's called the 15 Financial Reset Workbook. I do have live copies of that. You can comment, or you can inbox me. I do have the website on this page where you can go on. You go to the sales funnel and you can go through and you can purchase the book. It's only $27, and it is a start on how to reset, how to go through the financial shift, and how to start repairing your life piece by piece and putting things back together. But everything starts with a reset. You have to reset and be ready and prepare yourself. And also, the book tells you how to get yourself back on the right financial path and become structured. For a long time, I always heard people talking about you have to have a they always was saying you have to have a I'm sorry, y'all. They kept saying you have to have a plan. You always have to have a plan, and not just a plan. You have to have structure, plan, purpose. Everybody is born with a purpose. I don't care what you're doing in your life. You have the power to do anything you want to do. You're unstoppable. Let nothing stop you from reaching your full potential. I've been dealing with time management. I've been taking my time instead of being on the phone all the time. I stopped being on the phone and I started using my time for different things, for powerful things. I start using my time and put it to good use. I stopped doing everything that I didn't have time for. I definitely don't have time to sit on the phone and talk to somebody 24 hours a day when there's 24 hours in a day. You should be making progress with yourself, physically, financially, and mentally. And now I'm getting ready to incorporate. I want to start walking every day, so I'm going to incorporate that into this. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to get my hands wet into. Like I said, I'm on here. I'm going to be on here however I can help. I am going to come back and do some credit repair letters, and I'll post them on the next podcast, so you can have that information. I'll have them above the comments in the inside. But yeah, forever I've always heard about trying to get things in order, and it's not easy being a single mom. It's not easy being a mom. And then I do want to tell you about the piggyback method. The piggyback method is, I call it the piggyback method. People call it just a method where if you want to, before your kids graduate from school, you have the power to add each child onto your credit card. So one, that builds them up. And when they get ready to graduate, that's if you keep paying that credit card on time. That builds them their credit up, and they'll be really set whenever they graduate or they get ready to leave out your house. You also get money every time you add somebody to your card or you invite somebody to get that card. So there's a lot of things that we don't know about, that we need to know about, that I am going to learn about, that I am going to shed some light on. I've always seen people come on and say this and say that, but I've never seen somebody really give you the breakdown. So I'm going to be trying to come on my podcast and do the breakdown of telling you about being financially free and becoming financially free, and doing the breakdown of everything and how it goes and everything. So as I come on, I'm going to be shedding light about everything. I'm going to be giving you the game on how everything goes. Y'all can go on the website and purchase your From Debt to Destiny book. And just I love it if once you get your book, you can go back and leave comments and talk about how awesome the book was. I also there's the website is also up here for the workbook. And when you get on the workbook site, there is an affirmation and prayer journal. I don't have everything in front of me right now, but when I come on the next podcast, I'll show you the workbook live, and I'll show you the affirmation and prayer journal. There's also a group that you all can join that I come on every Sunday, and I talk about mindset, and I work with everybody on in the group. We work on mindset shifting. So I reached in deep. God is really leading me to help people. So however I can help, I'm definitely gonna help. And I can't wait to see all of us get our credit scores up as high as we want. So when we go places, we can get what we want and they don't have to sit here, because I'm telling you, it felt good to get the house. It felt good to get the brand new car. But God is good. And like I say, I'm not here to brag, boast. If I want to brag on anybody, it'll be about how good God is and how good He's been to me and my family. So thank you for your time. I got lost along the way on my notes and I just freelance. I don't want to sit on here and read notes all the time. I'm out here to empower, help, and help people heal, and I'm on the same healing journey. So just because I come on here and spend this time with you don't mean that I'm not on the same healing journey. So I thank God for you giving me your time. And I thank you for your support. Like I said, you're welcome to go and get the From Debt to Destiny book. It's only $27. The workbook is $27. And the affirmation and prayer journal is $17. So thank you guys for coming on with me. I appreciate you for your time. Thank you. Have a blessed night. You think I'm going on